Hey guys, so we made it to the Jacksonville St. Mary's KOA. It's actually in Georgia, even though it says Jacksonville, which is obviously Florida. We already have a video on this. It should be in the corner, I think. There's a dog park and everything here that, like a private site with a dog park that was in our last video that we featured here. Anyway, so this is just an overnight for us, and then we're heading to our next destination. This KOA, like I've mentioned before, they have 3 different levels of KOAs. They have journeys, which are like the bottom level, then the holidays, you know, where you spend a holiday weekend, and then the resorts that are like the top end. This one is a holiday, it's the middle one, but I think they just got promoted to a holiday, and they're doing a whole lot of work to move from like journey to holiday level. And so what that means is like they have a pool over here somewhere. I'll go maybe shoot some footage of the pool. That has like a humongous water slide. They have a golfing area. I'm not really sure what other amenities they have here, to tell you the truth. I know they have the free breakfast in the morning. So yeah, I think they're going to be adding a whole lot of amenities. Oh, they have a jump pad too. Okay, but almost all the KOAs have the jump pad. But anyway, they're going to be adding, I think, a lot more amenities and then kicking this campground up to the next level. This is a very, very wooded campground. You can see all the trees above me. There are trees like literally everywhere. The sites are, like I said before, they're all gravel sites, and they're all pull-throughs, 100% pull-throughs. So you just pull your camper in, and normally they guide you through. They didn't guide us through this time, they just let us park. And then you go all the way up to the end, and then you figure out which row you need to be in, and then you just come in and you just like pull straight in, and then when you're ready to leave, you just pull out. And that's Interstate 95 over there. This is a very, very main corridor to be in, and that's pretty much the main stuff that you need to know about this campground. Some of the sites are a little bit harder to get in and out of. Like this site right here was a site that we were in a couple times ago, and there's 4 trees on all 4 corners. Right? Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult for a beginner. And then the sites next to it have trees only on one side, and that'd be really super easy to get in and out of. So you do have to have a little bit of awareness of the tree placement when you come in here. It's not like a state park or anything where it's like kind of ridiculous to get into, or a national park or anything. And then this was the site that we were in that's right next to us, the dog park. And maybe I'll throw a link up or something to it. But this is like the dog park here is just for this one site. Yeah, they have a special dog park site, which is kind of cool. So here we are. We just pulled in, and you can see site lengthwise, and I think most of the sites are around the same length. I think they have some shorter ones in the back, but for big sites, it seems like most of the big sites are pretty similar in length. There's 3 or 4 feet in the back behind the camper. We have a 40-foot camper. The truck is easily parked in the front, like super easy, and there's a little bit of space in front of it. So these are maybe like 60-foot-ish sites, appropriate for probably like a 40-foot camper with a truck, which is what we have. And if you're like much bigger than that, then I guess you're gonna have to figure something else out. They do have, you know, some like little campers here, like the little Ram you can see over here. So not all the sites are this big, but I think that we're in like one of the biggest sites that they offer. And then I think that it's either 40 amp or 30 amp. I didn't see like 30 amp in our breaker. So when you look at the map, like the ones that say 30 amp, they're really just 30 amp, and the ones that say 50 amp are really only 50 amp. So if you're gonna do one of these weird combinations, like where you book a 50 amp site because it looks a little bigger, but you have like 30 amp camper, make sure you have like the dog bone thing to like do the adapter thing, because I don't think that they have both of them in the box. We enjoyed this pool that's behind me. The pool has a bar, which is kind of cool. The bar is beer, and then they have like some margaritas and stuff that are in cans. So it's not like a tiki bar that actually makes mixed drinks and has a blender and all kind of stuff. This is the pool behind me. I'm gonna get out of the frame so we'll zoom in. And the pool has this gigantic water slide, obviously, that you can see. It has a shallow end and a deep end. The deep end is about 6 feet deep, and it immediately gets deep right where that little rope line is. And they have this neat waterfall, and they have a sitting area and a bar area, and there's another sitting area behind the water slide that you can't see. So it does seem like this pool area is definitely above that of a journey. But it did feel a little crowded when we were here last night, unfortunately. Just because, you know, there's a lot of people and the pool's actually kind of small. But the temperature was perfect. It was a little bit cooler then when we were in Myrtle Beach at Sun Outdoors, or Carolina Pines is the other name for the place, their pool is very, very immediately warm. So this is a little bit cooler, so it did feel, but I walked right into the pool. Like most of the time I'm like, wow, this is cold. So I mean, they had perfect temperature pool, which is really, really, really nice. It must be heated is what I'm sort of assuming, because I mean, it wasn't warm, but it wasn't cold. And the water slide looked really kind of fun. I went down it a couple times after we had a bunch of drinks. And then since they have a bar at the pool, they obviously allow liquor at the pool, which is really, really nice also. We've never really had that problem out of KOA where they've said no liquor, or, you know, like one experience we had at a KOA, people were in the pool with beers, and the KOA actually came out and started handing out cozies. Hey, put cozies on. We don't want to, you know, show off that we have beer. We don't want the kids to see this kind of thing. Not at this KOA. That was Pine Island. Yeah, most of the KOAs have been pretty cool with it, as long as, you know, you're not like drunk and disorderly or anything. So anyway, I'm gonna go walk around a little bit and maybe see what else has changed over this KOA since we were last here. Hey guys, so I did notice they got rid of their teepees. They used to have some teepees here, and then they turned them into campsites, it looks like. And then the other thing that I wanted to point out is there's a cell tower right here. The cell tower is actually on their property. So, you know, if you need fast internet or whatever, and you have like, you know, the Verizon or AT&T SIM card with like a line guard or something, I'm willing to bet that probably the internet here is pretty good if they have a repeater set up right here in the campground. Hey, so they still have this kind of weird out of place cornel setup. It's not even lined up, but I always found it very weird that it was made out of concrete, and then a stage that I've never seen them actually use, and then behind it they have this building that's, I think it's kind of newish. I've never actually gone in it, so I'm not really sure what's even inside that building. And then, you know, you have the campground. Hey guys, so I'm just walking around to kind of show off some of the different things in this campground. They do have different patio arrangements, you can see. They have this kind of fancy swing and table setup. It's a little bit different depending on where you go in the campground. Like they have different patio setups in different places. It's not like super uniform. And like I was saying, all the sites are pull through, and they're all like in a row. So this would be the B row. That's the A row up there that we're in. I'm standing in the C row, and they're all just like easy peasy straight through sites to get in. They're all gravel, and there's grass and stuff. It's not the most manicured campground I've been to, obviously, just being from Carolina Pines, which is probably the nicest campground we've ever been to. But, you know, for an overnight stop or maybe a short weekend, it's not bad. And like location-wise, it's in Georgia. It's the Jacksonville KOA. There's a bridge, I-95's over here. You go 1 mile across the bridge, and you're in Florida, in North Jacksonville. And from there, you can go anywhere you want in Jacksonville. So it's a very convenient location. There is road noise, especially in this first row. Maybe not so bad if you're near the back of the campground. The back of the campground, I think, is more like a seasonal loop, by the way. But that's fine. I mean, everybody does some seasonal stuff. So hopefully that helps you out if you decide that you want to come to Jacksonville.